Welcome to the School of Communication Sciences and Disorders. We help prepare the future speech-language pathologists and audiologists. Speech-language pathologists, or SLPs for short, and audiologists work with people of all ages, from babies to adults, from the cradle to the tomb, as they say. This is a health sciences field that deals with many types of communication, swallowing, and hearing problems that do not necessarily respond to medical or surgical treatments. Some issues that may be identified and treated by audiologists and speech-language pathologists include speech sounds, how we say sounds and put sounds together into words; language, how well we understand what we hear or read, and how we use words to tell others what we are thinking; literacy, how well we read and write; social communication, how well we follow rules, like taking turns, how to talk to different people, or how close to stand to someone when talking; voice, how our voices sound. We may sound hoarse, lose our voices easily, talk too loudly or through our noses, or be unable to make any sounds. Fluency, also called stuttering, is how well speech flows. Someone who stutters may repeat sounds like t-t-t table, use or pause a lot when talking. Cognitive communication, how well our minds work. Problems may involve memory, attention, problem solving, organization, and other thinking skills. And feeding and swallowing issues, how well we suck, chew, and swallow food and liquid. A swallowing disorder may lead to poor nutrition, weight loss, and other health problems. Speech-language pathologists, SLPs, work with people on speech and language, but also on so much more, including social, cognitive, and physical disorders. SLPs do everything from helping people learn to speak again after traumatic brain injuries to working with people with autism to improve their social communication skills. Audiologists use the latest technology and science to help prevent, identify, diagnose, and treat hearing, balance, and other auditory disorders, from helping patients with the use of high-tech cochlear implants to fitting musicians with custom equipment to prevent hearing loss. So you will find them working in private practices, physician offices, hospitals, schools, colleges and universities, as well as rehabilitation centers, long-term and residential healthcare facilities. Our undergraduate major is open access. There's no separate application required. Make sure you get involved while you're at UCF. Approach faculty about research opportunities. Become a member of NSLA, the National Student Speech Language Hearing Association, which is a student chapter of ASHA, American Speech Language Hearing Association, and pursue other leadership opportunities. But make sure you keep school as a priority. Don't be taking on so much outside of school that you can't be getting A's in your courses. If you want to become a speech pathologist or an audiologist later, you will have to finish a graduate degree. To get into a graduate program is competitive. Some of the things that they consider are GRE scores, graduate record exam, which the content is similar to SATs, your GPA, but only your last 60 hours of undergraduate work, junior and senior level work, your letters of recommendation from faculty, a letter of intent, which describes why you want speech pathology, what interests you about that field, why do you want to be accepted to the particular program that you're applying to. You also include a resume and official transcripts from any colleges you've been to. The undergraduate class prerequisites for the major are general psychology, developmental psychology, a 2000 level statistics such as 2014 or 2023, a biological science, which would be a BSc prefix course, or at UCF we have A&T 2511, which is called Human Species. That would also be accepted for a biological science, but that's the only A&T prefix course we'll accept. And physical science, we're looking for a PHY or CHM prefix course. So if you finish those prerequisites with a C- or better grade, then you're fine. If you're missing a prerequisite or two, you can still take that last prerequisite in your first or second semester at UCF while you're still taking major courses. The online undergraduate catalog shows you all the classes that are required for the major and gives you a suggested plan of study. There's also a PDF from the department that shows you a suggested plan of study. These are just examples of what you might take each semester. For example, in semester 2, you see the course SPA 3104, Neurobasis of Communication. That could actually be a class you take in your first semester. So this is just an example. Part of the advising packet from the department includes the plan of study as well as the prerequisites. In the left-hand side, you see that there's a list of the courses that you're trying to register for, and the right-hand column shows you the prerequisite to take that course. It's also represented on the right-hand side, which I call the spider web, that shows you the prerequisites for each of the classes and how they build on each other. But the major advisor is always available to help you navigate this when you're trying to register for courses. We have 2 degrees in our major, a Bachelor of Science degree and a Bachelor of Arts degree. The only difference between the two is, if you want the Bachelor of Science degree, you need to take 2 health-related science courses before you graduate. Or if you want the Bachelor of Arts degree, then 2 semesters of college-level foreign language or American Sign Language will be required. Your foreign language from high school will only count for the Bachelor of Arts language requirement if you did AP, IB, or dual enrollment for those language classes in high school. There's no other difference between the degrees later in trying to get accepted to a graduate program or your career options later on. Whether you decide on the Bachelor of Science degree or the Bachelor of Arts degree, you will need restricted electives. These are courses with a 3,000 or 4,000 level number. You will find them in the College of Health, Professions, and Sciences in departments such as Social Work, Health Sciences, Kinesiology, and Communication Sciences and Disorders, the College of Community Innovation and Education, which includes the various education departments, Criminal Justice, Legal Studies, Health Information and Informatics, and Public Administration. There are also courses to be found in the departments of Psychology or Sociology. There's no rush to finish these electives. In fact, it's advisable to spread out your electives over many semesters. If you're starting at UCF in the summer, one of the classes you might take is Basic Phonetics, which is the physiological descriptions and visual notation of standard speech patterns and regional dialects. You're listening to language samples and transcribing those sounds. So, for the word cat, you would write that C down as a K. Other classes you might take would be remaining prerequisites for the major, such as general psychology, developmental psychology, statistics, biological science, or physical science. If you're done with your prerequisites, then perhaps an elective. Anything that is a 3,000 or 4,000 level course, such as something in the health professions area, medical self-assessment, medical terminology, to perhaps something in psychology or sociology, for example, women's mental health or medical sociology. Whether you're starting with us in summer or fall, your fall schedule should include SPA 3002, Introduction to Communication Sciences and Disorders, which is offered online. Once you're enrolled in that class for fall, other classes you can take with it are Physiological Basis of Speech. That is the introduction to the anatomical, physiological, and physical elements underlying the communication process. You can also take Language Science, which is the language components, models of language production and comprehension, and theories of language development. Or Neurobasis of Communication, which covers structures and functions of the nervous system involved in communication and its disorders. Another option would be Basic Phonetics, if you didn't complete it already in summer. If Basic Phonetics was taken in summer, then the next course you could take would be our Speech Science course. Some reminders for you. As a UCF student, you need to review your degree audit regularly. Make sure there's no mistakes. Check your Knight's email every week and use it only for communicating with anyone at the university. Review your online undergraduate catalog for requirements. And before orientation, make sure you prepare a tentative schedule to review with a major's advisor. And it's a good idea to have a copy of your unofficial transcript ready, just in case you need to refer to it. The academic advisor is available to help you each semester as you progress towards graduation. Feel free to send any questions to csdundergraduate@ucf.edu, and we hope to see you soon.